How are you doing, and how's the UK tour been doing so far?
Well, we've just come back from 4 weeks in Russia and a week in Venezuela, home for 1.5 days, and we started up in Wolverhampton last night. But so far it's so good. Yeah, we've only done one show of the UK tour, so it's hard to say, but so far the signs are very good.
Okay, so well, you released Into the Wild this year, which was just 3 years after Wake the Sleeper. Mm-hmm. So does this mean that you're going to be more active in the studio now?
Absolutely, yeah. We've found a template to record now and release stuff more fluently, so yeah, it's definitely, there'll probably be another album being worked on in late 2012.
Okay, cool. Now, well, like you said, you play a lot of shows around the world. Where do you think that you're most popular in the UK, or?
Well, at the moment we're up to 55 countries, so but for being popular in a particular country, probably Germany would be the biggest one, because they've been very faithful to our music from the beginning.
Yeah. Why do you think that the UK fans aren't as numerous as the Germans?
I think it's quite simple, really, because we play in all these countries. As I said, 55 countries. When we come home to England, we come home with our families, relax, and not go to work. So we haven't really worked the territory. We haven't given it a chance, really. Plus, England's very fickle. In terms of the industry, it's very fast moving. It's almost a shop window to Europe in terms of pop music and the rest of it. So the only loyalty they have is to the next new thing, as opposed to bands like us. So that's really it.
You must have played the same songs millions and millions of times. What keeps you going?
The audience. Because when we strike up, say, the riff to Gypsy, and you see all the fists going in the air, that it just energises you no end, and I think that's the important thing. And it's great that Uriah Heep over the years have had a lot of good songs that have stood the test of time, that people still like hearing in the live arena. So as I say, we start one of the old favourites up, and the crowd goes up another notch, and we go with it.
So you've got so many great songs, new and old. How do you actually pick what you're going to play?
It's a bit difficult, but on this particular tour we're obviously promoting Into the Wild, so we're doing a lot of the old favourites and classics that people actually come to hear all the time. We're very proud of our history, so we'll do all the classics like July Mornings, Gypsy, Easy Livings, Lady in Black, but we'll couple that with some of the Into the Wild tracks, and it fits in. They fit really well together, and it's a very powerful set.
Now, it was 5 years ago that Saxon, they did a documentary with Harvey Goldsmith to try and make the band more accessible to the younger audiences. Have you tried to embrace the internet or open up to a younger audience like that?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Our audience is getting a lot younger, especially in other territories in the world. UK we yet to find out, but certainly rest of the world is, it's almost every decade you're picking up a new audience. And but we embrace the internet, of course we do, websites and everything, the thing is about that is it's so immediate, isn't it? It's like we can just try a song out one night on stage, and next minute it's on YouTube before we've even got back to the hotel and had a shower, So it's that quick. But we wouldn't ever go the route that Saxon went. We're quite happy doing it the way we want to do it.
Do you think that albums that were released in the 70s and 80s are somehow now looked at in a better light than they were at the time? Like age has somehow made them better?
I think they've, it's like good wine, matured with time. I think people love the honesty in it. It was a band going and recording as a band. We lost our way in the 80s where it got so clinical, and people spent oh my god, a year making an album, which is stupid. We used to go in and do it in 3 weeks, and I think that's what it's all about now. People can really see into that a lot more. And also when we record, we record as a band now. The last 3 albums we've done, we've been as a band, and it works very well for us, because lots of bands go out and they do it piecemeal. They do the drums, then the bass, then the keyboards. You're not getting a band, are you? You're getting a jigsaw puzzle of it all. So it's very important for us to do that. But I think there's a real honesty in what you hear from the bands in the 70s that they released on vinyl, and I think that shows through, loud and clear.
Is it weird to be interviewed by someone I was born like 2/3 of the way through your career so far?
Well, I get people shouting for Gypsy, and the songs, twice their age. So no, it doesn't bother me. It's great. That's what it's all about. I mean, apart from playing music, it's all about communication, and and turning young people onto what we do, you know, and I think that's a very important part of what we do.
Do you listen to modern rock and metal?
Bits of it, yeah. I mean, you know, I listen to bands like Trivium and Slipknot and all those guys, you know, because they're. But to me, you see, they're all great players, but I don't quite, you know, like being a songsmith, if you like, I don't get the song in what they do. But you know, there's some brilliant players out there. You know, Muse are good. You know, they got some great songs and people like that. But nothing really new of late. But there again, we haven't been here to listen to it because we've been out on tour, and we've been out nearly 240 days this year so far. So it's been a long touring year for us.
Well, do you listen to much music when you are on tour then, or are you just sick of music when you're out?
No, I listen to it all the time. Yeah, absolutely. You know, my favourite guitarist is Jeff Beck, and I listen to loads of bands. You know, Joe Walsh and people like that. You just, you know, see, music is mood enhancing, isn't it? You know, if you're getting up to get ready to go out and do a show, you put a bit of Van Halen on or something, you know, and got rocking out with it, you know. And when you're relaxing your hotel room, you know, looking through your emails, you might have a bit of Neil Young on or something, you know, some acoustic thing, you know. So it's just mood enhancing. So yeah, we listen to a lot of music, yeah.
Now, this might be a bit of a cynical question, but a number of bands have split up and then reformed, like Black Sabbath recently. Do you think that it would have been beneficial if you would have split up and then did a big getting back together thing?
I could have been, yeah. But you know, life is how it is. You know, we decided to continue. So there was never any sort of leaving the scene for 10 years and then coming back. You know, I think you have to view that. As it happens, I guess these guys come back together again. You sometimes think, well, if they tell us they've still got the same magic in the studio, then you wonder why they split up in the first place. You know, maybe they've got a mortgage to pay, or the wife's fleeced them, or something. I don't know.
So, can you say what the best part of being a part of Uriah Heep is?
Turning people onto music, 100%. You know, the greatest thrill I ever get is people come up to me and say that I saw you on stage and you inspired me to play guitar. You know, and that's the biggest thrill of all, is turning people onto music. Yeah, way above anything else. That's how I judge my success. Yeah, not the gold records and platinum albums and stuff. You know, you get these people coming up and they're totally inspired by what you do. That's fantastic. You know. Because you're passing something on, then you're passing the baton on, which is great.
What is the biggest lesson that you've learned in your career that you could perhaps pass on to bands that are active now or forming now?
Oh right, how long have you got? I think you've got to believe in yourself, number one. You know, and as a saying in the business is, one door opens, another one slams in your face, and it's that belief that keeps you going through it. You know, and keep your ears and the mind open, and do everything from the heart, and I think you'll be fine. You know, do everything for the right reason, and it will come to you. You do them for the wrong reasons. You know, if you go into the business and think, you know, I want to be a millionaire, then forget it. You know, you'd be lucky if you get a million hairs. You know, you know, you got to do it for the right reason. You got to do it for the love of it. You've got to be absolutely passionate about it, and you've got to have the energy for it. You know, and then it'll come to you.
Okay, do you have any last words for the people watching this?
Happy days. See you later. Bye-bye.
Okay, well, thank you very much.